Yo, what's up, man? It's Gus from Stock Trading TV. Alright, so today is Friday, finishing up the day, December 21st. And it's almost 10 minutes till the market closes. But anyways, finished up the day. It was up originally 1700, but I tried to take some stubborn trades towards the end of the day and gave back about 700 and change. So overall, to finish out the Friday, we're at $1,097. Total of $1,200 on AMD, negative 207 on Apple, and a small trade on NVIDIA. And so anyways, I won't have time to recap everything today, so I just wanted to record this first part of the video. Maybe tomorrow I'll go ahead and recap today's trading. I just wanted to capture the today's trades, because for some reason, or either I don't know how to do it, but I don't really care to take the time to do it, and I'll go ahead and finish the video out tomorrow and recap the day, and then we'll go from there. This will probably be the last day I'm going to show P&L. It's a psychological thing when you're trying to, it almost feels like I have to perform so that I can make these videos, and this is something I'm not used to. So this will probably, and this is one of these things where today I was up 1700, and I was trying to break that 2000, so it could be put on the video, but it just kind of worked against me. So I'm going to stay off of that for some time. Again, this will be the last one, and then I'm going to try to focus on doing some educational stuff. So anyways, I'll come back tomorrow and finish a recap for the day. Alright, so here we are on Sunday. It's Sunday afternoon, 8:16. So let me just finish this video up for Friday's trading. Taking a look here at the weekly on the SPY, and that is one big engulfing candle. So in about 2 months, we've given up 6 months worth of gains in the SPY. It's a big candle. Now I've drawn this line here just as a reference point so that I can see the 200 SMA on the weekly. A lot of people calling for a bounce tomorrow, possibly. It's a lot of sentiment on Twitter, social media, possible bounce, etc. I would love to see one final flush and a hammer candle. Start getting involved with some longs. This is what the daily looks like currently. The price action is just selling. The bounces have been very, very shallow, almost no power whatsoever on these bounces. There's a few lessons here I learned on Friday. You're always learning lessons, man. This is the beauty of this business, is it's always different. It's challenging. Every day is different. You're always getting taught these lessons. So, and as I stated earlier on the part of the Friday video, I was up about $1,700, gave back some towards the end of the day, so didn't really feel good about that. But there's a very good lesson, so a few good lessons on it. So let me pop open the chart for Apple. So let me pop open the trades, and as you can see, as long as the market continues to downtrend, I'm going to be looking for these flags, these bear flags, and also on the 5-minute time frame, these quick drops and then a bounce to the 20 SMA. Those have been working out. One of these things is as long as they continue working, you exploit them until they stop working. But the key is you need to be able to recognize when these things stop working, okay, and not try to keep beating on them. Because otherwise you're going to get back gains very easily. So I took a trade here, a short on Apple, 500 shares, covered here on this wash. Now I had been trying to hold a little longer, but what happened was I forget which trade it was this week. I tried to hold a little longer, or actually it was AMD this morning. I tried to hold a little longer on these washouts, because as you can see, obviously hindsight, but because I tried to hold a little longer, I got caught on a slight short squeeze. So I had started the day off in the red due to a couple fat finger mistakes plus that little short squeeze, and I had to work my way back up to 1700, and then gave back, so I closed the day about 1,070 or so. But as you can see, what I'm going to do is, rather than try to hold out for more, I'm just going to continue doing what's been working for me this, you know, in this environment, and that is just to take profits on the washouts. There, you know, and if it sets up again, we'll take it. As you can see, there was no setup. Okay, there was no setup during this entire meltdown, so to speak. And I try to catch a counter trend trade. Why? Because these counter trend trades have been working, and I took some on AMD earlier in the morning, and you know, so I'm trading short and long. And like I said, I'll go with the flow. I don't. It doesn't matter to me. So anyway, so I try to catch a slight little bounce here near support levels, and this little candle popped open. I'm thinking bear trap. It could be coming anywhere around the corner. I mean, in these type of situations, some of these downtrends can have some serious sharp rallies, and just like what happened to me with AMD earlier, I had gotten caught in a slight short squeeze. So I was expecting that here. But my problem was with this situation is that I should have taken this stop loss immediately after broke 152, or basically prior to that. This was supposed to work, and it did work immediately after I got in, but I only gave up for a few, you know, couple, you know, looking at the price action, you could tell it just was not gonna go. And I saw it, and I said it, and I was like, oh, well, it's only 300 shares. Let me give it a little bit more wiggle room. And I just let it go this far. And so I gave back the profits I had on Apple, plus an additional $200, I believe. So these, you know, even though it's 300 shares, I mean, if you let it go, I mean, you can see this right here. So with the counter trend trades, stops have to be tight. It either goes or it doesn't. You don't question it. You get out. So I let this one go, and this took about, you know, towards the end of the day, it was about, like I said earlier, it was about $1,700. I gave up like 400 and change on this one, and I stayed stubborn in that. But that taught me a lesson. That $400 loss there taught me a lesson, and that is that a stock does not have to bounce just because you saw the entire day sell off, or the entire week sell off, or the entire month sell off. It doesn't have to bounce, and so you have to be relentless with these stop losses, because you know, you build up a nice day, and frankly I should have stopped, because I said to myself, and I always get in trouble with these situations, is I say to myself, okay, got a solid day. It was around 1 or 2 o'clock. I could have been. It's a Friday. I should have just, you know, I was like, yeah, I think I'm done. And then you just get sucked back in, and you try to pull a little more, just trying to get to that next level, and you end up paying for it. So let's take a look at AMD, and that's the one. It's another counter trend trade that I try to pop open, and right here. So let's take a look here. Watching the price action, obviously it's a different story once the candles are printed versus once the candles are moving. And so in this situation here, I'm thinking, okay, it looks, you know, we have the general consensus is it's selling off, it's selling off, it's selling off. And as you can see here, right, it's downtrending, 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 sells off, and zoom, shoots right out. Okay, and again, you know, it's downtrend to downtrend, and then you get this fast move upwards. And so I did catch a couple trends. You can see a counter trend trade here off support, right? You have this, what you would call, you have this little bounce, and then immediately it gave it back. I took it here at 17.16, very quick. You know, these little trades add up. You know what I mean? And if you're quick with them, you know, your loss can be small, and your gain could also be small, but they'll add up, and they're fairly, you know, with so much liquidity on AMD, I mean, 132 million shares are very easy to get in and out of. So anyways, I am trying to look for the same scenario, right? You have the drop where it looks like, you know, it starts enticing the late shorts. you know, the shorts that have been standing on the sidelines getting FOMO. And, you know, I was looking for this scenario in this particular case because you have the entire market selling off the entire day. Techs were all just downtrending. So you're thinking, I'm thinking, okay, there's a decent chance that we have some type of rally towards the end of the day. So what I was looking at here is you'll see these, you see the support at 1690, and then we see the crack, and then right back over. And I figure right there, when you get these late shorts, it's going to start trapping. Then they dip down a little bit more. And now this candle at the time, all right, it had opened here. It dipped below, and it came right back up. So at the time, this was green. At 1692, I took it. But you can see immediately it dipped down. And it started going up a little bit. We have 1694, and right there and then I saw it, and it just was, it didn't have the fuel. It didn't have the fuel to get up, and I just knew right away. So I stopped out fairly quickly, and that is just the situation that you have. That is just the discipline that you have to have with these counter trend trades. You know, very tight stop. You know, there was no bounds, no short covering rally there, and so you know, sometimes I like to take I like to anticipate a move, and sometimes you know, it doesn't always work, of course, but as long as the stops are very tight, you know, you should strive for your entry, for you to be green immediately after your entry. You know, those are the ones that work the best. So, but if you're wrong, you have to be very quick with these things. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Don't wonder. Don't sit there and will it go back up? You know what I mean? Trade what you see, not what you think. And for the last trade was NVIDIA. That was a small trade as well. NVIDIA's it's a whole different animal. And same situation. You know, we have this fast drop to support a rebound. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, on the 5-minute chart, this was testing the 20 SMA as well, the 20 SMA or one of these MAs. And so I took it here and covered on the washout. 137.17, and you know, it was towards the end of the day as well, and I did not want to give up any more profit, and so just a small share, and you know, I did definitely did not want to get caught in one of these situations. You know, you're talking, here's a rip from 132 to 136. That's a $4 rip, and you know, at this stage, you know, you've been selling off. Let's take a look at the daily on NVIDIA. Let me shut this off. You know, I mean, it's just been nothing but selling. You know, and so the possibilities of a sharp bounce are quite high. So I was not going to stick around. You know, I was not going to, you know, trade this with any more than 100 shares. I mean, sometimes, man, you just only need to build up some small trades, and $300, $400, $500 a day. I mean, you're talking $2,500, 5 trading days. You know, and times that 4 weeks. I mean, that stuff adds up, and you know, $500. You know, you can easily build, and I don't want to say easily, but you know, once you have some consistency, it doesn't take much to build $500 in one day. It doesn't take much. Just have to have your you know, you have to have strict discipline. Be very disciplined. Be very quick with your decisions, and just pay attention to price action. But other than that, for tomorrow, I have no expectations. It's going to be a half day. More than likely, low volumes, especially after the first hour. It's probably not going to be much around, but we'll see how I'm not trying to make any projections for tomorrow. Just got to wait for the open. Let's see what futures are doing, actually. So futures are just kind of a little bit of a gap down and then kind of trading sideways. So really not much to expect for tomorrow. I have no expectations unless I get something very clear. Probably won't give it past the first hour, but we'll see. Other than that, I probably won't recap any more profit loss scenarios for some time until I get used to doing this, because I found, like I said earlier, on Friday I found myself kind of pushing to try to get to the next level so I can put this out in a video, and that just kind of it's kind of a mental it's a mental block of some sort that I just did not experience. You know, I had 2 days where I gave back $700 each, and that was $1,400 that I've given back on the week because I was trying to get to that next edge when I said I should have just quit for the day. So I'm gonna stop that and see what happens from there. But I will try to make some videos, some educational stuff. So tomorrow, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a video. There's a very simple hack. Not a hack, but a very simple technique, or whatever you want to call it. It's not a secret, but it's going to improve your trading dramatically. I mean, it's going to fix a lot of issues that you experience in trading, and it, you know, and I'll talk about it tomorrow when I make the video. And so, but other than that, again, tomorrow is going to be more than likely a very low volume day, so stay safe out there, manage risk, don't do anything stupid, and just, you know, if you're fairly new, just sit back and observe. Anyways, man, I'm signing out. See you all tomorrow.
Number one rule of Wall Street: nobody, I don't care if you're Warren Buffett or if you're Jimmy Buffett, nobody knows if the stock is going to go up, down, sideways, or in fucking circles. Least of all stockbrokers. Right? It's all a fugazi. You know what a fugazi is?
Well, Fugazi, it's fake.
Yeah, fugazi, it's a wazi, it's a woozy, it's a fairy dust. It doesn't exist. It's never landed. It is no matter. It's not on the elemental chart. It's not fucking real.